Kenya and the capital of Kenya, Nairobi. Billions of people visit Kenya to see its endless savanna and the animals inhabit it, like elephants, lions, zebras, hippos, cheetahs, and rhinos. The Kenyan government has set up 50 reservoirs and parks. 2. Location. Kenya is located in East Africa. Its terrain from a low coastal plain on the Indian Ocean to mountain and plateau at its center. Most Kenyans live in the highlands where Nairobi, the capital of Kenya, sits at an altitude of 5,500 feet, 1,700 meters west of Nairobi. The land descends to the Great Rift Valley, a 4,000 miles (6,400 kilometers) here in the Earth's crust. Within the valley, in the deserts of the northern Kenya, are the jade green waters of famous Lake Turkana. Number 3. Land area. The country occupies an area of 580,367 square kilometers. 49th in the world, slightly more than twice the size of Nevada. Total land area 569,140 square kilometers. Total water area 11,227 square kilometers. Number 4. People and culture. Kenya, Africa has a diverse population that includes many racial and linguistic groups, with an estimated population of 44 million, and there are more than 42 ethnic groups in Kenya. The official languages are English and Swahili, but countless indigenous languages are spoken throughout the country. Nairobi is the country's capital and largest city, with an estimated population of more than 3.1 million people. On the outskirts of Nairobi is the Kibera slum, the largest urban slum in Africa. It's estimated there are more than 170,000 people living in Kibera. Number 5. Housing. Most of the Kikuyu still live in round houses with mud walls and grass roofs because when soil gets wet, it gets cold, and they use grass roofs so air can get in their houses. But wealthier Kikuyu now have Western-style homes with television and other modern conveniences. Many Kikuyu have become traders, skilled workers, lawyers, doctors, and government officials. Some Kikuyu temporarily leave their farm to work in the cities. Number 6. The Kenyans' foods are maize, bananas, pineapple, chilies, peppers, sweet potatoes, and cassava were brought in and became local staples because their food can survive the heat. The Portuguese also brought oranges, lemons, and limes from China and India, as well pigs. Number 7. Clothing. Among traditional Kenyan pieces, kaitench, it is an cotton fabric because Kenya is hot, so they use light fabric. Heavily embroidered and colored by the method called tie and dye, when fabric is clothed into a light bundle and then dyed with various colors. Kaitench is very colorful and bright, so it is popular not only in Kenya but in many other African countries. The dress is not considered to be an official Kenyan clothing, but it is widely popular in this country. People often wear kaitench in ordinary life for ceremonies and non-official events. Maasai people. Clothing. Want to talk about traditional footwear in Kenya, we should name the sandals made of natural materials. They're smooth and convenient. Sometimes pieces of motorcycle are used as a sole. Kenyan people wear short haircuts. They often shave their heads, same men and women, and every often men dye their hair orange. Ethiopic tribe clothing. The traditional dress of Kenya has lots of variants because almost every tribe has their own idea how the national attire should look. So Kenyan national clothing is very bright colored and heavily decorated. Number 8. Land use. 9.48% of the land is arable. Permanent crops occupy 1.12% of the land. Other uses made 89.4% in 2011. Irrigated land occupies 1.32 square kilometers in 2010. Number 9. Main rivers. The two main rivers are the Tara and the Galara. However, the Ewaso Miro is a very important river supplying water from Mount Kenya to the northern part of the country. Number 10. Environment issues. Water pollution from urban and industrial waste, degradation of water quality from increased use of pesticides and fertilizers, water hyacinth infestation in Lake Victoria, deforestation, soil erosion, desertification, poaching. Number 11. Economy. Kenya's economy is based primarily in agriculture because the highlands have rich, fertile soil and are among the most successful agricultural regions in Africa, which employs about 75% of the workforce. Although the country was once able to feed itself and export food heavily rains in late 1990s, the rising cost of fertilizer, government efficiency, and declining foreign investment limited agricultural productivity. In 2000, agricultural productivity declined even further after a severe drought caused widespread crop failure and livestock losses. Many people faced starvation. In response, Kenya imported large quantities of food. Number 12. How has the Kenya's geography affects its economy? Three sectors are the three largest contribution to Kenya's economy. The first is services because of tourism. When Kenya got its independence in 1963, its tourism rise steadily, and in the last decade, it has seen a big growth. Many people want to see the diverse natural beauty of Kenya. The second contribution is agricultural because of its rich and arable land. Kenya exports many crops such as tea, coffee, coconuts, and corn, among others. The third is industry and manufacturing. The economy of Kenya is the most industrialized in East Africa. Thanks for listening.